Alqubit, IT, as an expression of art. Alqubit, IT, as an expression of art.
Hello world, welcome back. This is the second part of my showcase about Blackmagick Fairlight Live. I have done very precise fine-tuning tests, discovery, any kind of configuration, and it works very well. I'm super happy, super excited, and now I'll show off a few things what I have configured. Let me ultimately I'm kind of going backwards in my production. Let me see. I have done okay. I have the audio, the live stream is on, everything is fine. The signal is good. Okay, let's begin. How it is configured. My sound is much better than before. On any point of view, holistically. It is absolutely the best. You need to download Atem Software Control 10.3 Beta 1. Keep in mind and don't get mad that this is beta. This is beta 1. There are issues with networking access to your hard disk after that, and few things, but relatively super stable. You update 10.3 beta 1 going into Nokia. Yes, through Atem setup. Once you have installed it, you upgrade the firmware through this thing. Let's close it. After that, you enter here, Start, Audio, General. It switch alone between Microsoft line. I'm putting it in line. It returned. It doesn't matter. It works with its internal settings. USB audio digital. Save everything. Save. Save startup. The part of the built-in integrated mixer is getting disabled immediately. This is another icon that appears. External USB audio active. But even they are great, you still can see the part of the levels, but those are not active. Those are absolutely. I can only with bit focus reset the levels that I'm seeing here, but nothing more. On Atem Mini Pro that I have, your USB connection is dedicated. What I have discovered with pleasure, that if you connect to your machine with Fairlight Live and you have also Atem Software Control. Atem Software Control is connecting via the same USB that is used for audio digital. So it is still manageable through USB and with the additional settings via Ethernet in order to be able to update the firmware or change the settings via Ethernet. And this is the activation. Once it is activated, you need to install Fairlight Live that you download from the website of Blackmagick. You find contextualization of the page where there is a Fairlight Live Beta 1. Download and install. Few considerations. There is something that is flying. Few considerations. My content creation server with Windows Server 2022 data center on my HP DL380 There are digital distortion from time to time, but there is different possible sources. Um, my content creation server, unfortunately, Windows Server is not able to capture the USB signal well, not at all. But on Windows 11 that I have on my laptop, it works perfectly. Um, Fairlight Live is built on the subsystem of DaVinci Resolve Fairlight. It requires, and still there are pieces that is stating I'm DaVinci Resolve, I cannot save the project. It is still work in progress. It needs to have GPU that supports DaVinci Resolve. Could be much less powerful. On my laptop is Intel, something that is absolutely low level, and it works. Doesn't have any latency, doesn't have any issues. It works. I have done today very significant tests. I have my server on the other room in my home office, and cables HDMI that the entire production is done with those cables now, back and forth. And I have the USB cables, USB 3 and 2 are 15 meters as well. They have a couple of repeaters longer the cables, the active cables. And I have done thorough tests today with my laptop in my home office, connecting here with all kinds of configurations that I have done. 50 meters cables are working perfectly. You can use long cables with repeaters. Good high quality USB hub, USB 3.0 upper are working with the configuration, connecting it the Atom USB. You connecting into I will do that version 3 as well. I will need to do the schematics. There is a possibility to do the reliable connection. One Fairlight Live primary, one secondary, in a way that once the primary is failing, you can switch to the secondary. There are configuration that I have done on my server because otherwise it doesn't work. You can configure one as a primary and another only as a monitor. But the monitor for now doesn't show any let me switch here. No, let me just sec. This is I'm doing ridiculous productions, everything is on the go. This is the interface I have created. There is let me I will get this is my laptop. After that, I will show it bigger with all the. You can see on the preferences, you configure a primary mixer, fail-safe mixer, or remote mode. Remote mode, and when you have the secondary that is reading basically only the configuration. And on the primary, you configure this address here for the secondary to read. This is my server that is reading. I will not open it because I have seen when you open the primary and secondary, it has a little bit of change of the behavior and the quality of the sound that you need to reset the settings of the mixer on Windows and it returns normal because that's why I will not open anything additional for now to not break somehow the quality of the sound. So on the primary, you configure the primary. On the file safe mixer, you configure a fail-safe mixer. When there is a fail-safe mixer, both machines, both computers that have Fairlight with the hub, good quality, you connect the hub, the cable of Atem Mini into the hub, USB 3. And let me open the biggest. I have I have only this possibility. This is very good. I have discovered it recently. Very good, excellent hub from the Acer USB 3 and has the possibility to be with the power source 5 volts as, from cellular phone. For the best results, if you have long cables, it will be better to power the hub. You connect the hub to the I have connected now. It can be connected inside Atem Mini in order to have the possibility to have kind of a splitter of the signal. The replication, it is hub. It replicates the signal. And in primary and fail-safe, you need to connect both systems with the USB in order to have the same signal. And it's a lot of fine tuning. I don't have second PC with the support with Windows 11 in order to have the support to test it, unfortunately. but it needs to work in that way. You get a very good quality USB hub 3.0 better. Otherwise, it doesn't work. The audio doesn't work. Um, but the cables behind the hub can be USB 2. Today I have tested. But the connection of Atem to the hub needs to be 3.0. And this is how I have connected it. I have connected the each touch connect in the same hub with the same USB connection, and I'm having this thing here. In order to have the control surface that if you have the one from Blackmagick will be the wonderful thing. But I'm using my X-Touch Compact for 250 euros that I bought. MIDI protocol. Use MIDI audio console. Mikey something, and you connect input and output both, and you can use all the faders of the each touch, and it works absolutely magnificently. You have to set this Atem switcher. There is disturbance. I don't know if there is electrical disturbance or something at certain point from time to time. But this is happening even without this system. I have here from time to time some digital disturbance, not distortion. And this is how you connect the thing. After that, you open new show and select Atem Mini, your version of Atem Mini that is supported. You create the show. It creates this thing in the middle with all the inputs and outputs. HDMI 1, HDMI. This is a Pro version. It has 4 HDMI, the microphone, and the microphone 2 is not connected by default. There is here another thing that is connected. There is a beautiful matrix, patching matrix. You see, the microphone 2 is not connected in order to have available, because you cannot use more channels of what you already have. And you can use player, internal player, media player, and oscillator, various test signals. Let me see here the noise. Apologize. This is demo. You can do those things. You have exactly, it doesn't copy, doesn't copy anything from Atem, your equalization, nothing. You need to recreate. But it is wonderful. I have created here. It is the behavior of this system is completely different from what is Atem Mini by itself. I have seen that it behaves exactly as Fairlight inside DaVinci Resolve, because actually it is the piece of Resolve that has been customized, extracted from DaVinci, and only this piece is used. And the entire part of behavior of the equalization, quality of the acoustics, everything, the point of where is working the limiter. This is normal behavior. In Onate Mini, the limiter is only on the preamplifier input, not on the output. Here I have seen that in certain configuration it operates on the output, and that is very good thing. And it has a lot of advanced things. Let me show. I can now lower the music once while I am speaking. The music is automatically goes down. If I stop speaking, it returns. And I have done great work today on fine tuning to behave with the timing, with the release, with the hold, with the tag, with the thresholds. And it works absolutely beautifully. What other? I have activated those loudness meters, those add-ons that I have activated, and the stereo wide effect, and everything is working. I have massively changed today my subtractive equalization. It behaves completely different. This is USB or something that I have. This PC is going a little bit hot. It is very old. That's why. You don't have to keep it around. You need to put it stable, because every movement, the USB might provoke some kind of those disturbances. I have changed my optimization, and I like it very much. I have introduced a lot of subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I completely disabled the filters in order to have the bands to be able to filter. It's not big deal. I don't have low frequency disturbances, but the equalization improves very much. If I speak this microphone, I have tilted it. I need to speak it in on the correct as not as correct ASCII, how it's called, ASCII in Italian. You need to speak this way, but I cannot stay that way. So I'm doing my best, but the quality of my microphone has improved 100 times in the last 2-3 months with my booster here, with my fine tuning here, with the levels now that I have done, the equalization, the quality of the sound that it produces. Pro has been always problematic with the quality. The extreme is much better. This is much better from the extreme. Very, 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 very good. And you have this graphical representation. It works wonderfully. And I like it very much. It is helpful when you do the sweeping. You see immediately where is the resonance is starting. It is much helpful. And great functionality. Other thing, you have the loudness meters, everything. What I have done today, I have done different connections. Yes, I'm afraid to open on my server the other. You basically, on my server, I have the same thing that it opens. You see, remote not set up. Why is that? It is set up, but it's not opened. Once you open, it's saying I'm syncing the secondary, and the secondary is getting the copy of this configuration, and you can use the faders. You can configure a few things. You can use the tester signals, and it is heard on both systems. But you don't see the levels, except if you generate on the secondary the noise or the test signal. You are seeing it on both systems. I don't know if in the future the functionality will be improved in order to have on the secondary the same part of the monitoring. I have no idea. And what I have here, the performance and the system resources are fluctuating. Usually, once it reaches the stable levels and you are going in live production, it lowers. I have around 350. But if you open, move it, doing things, and when you start it, I'm having something like 1.5 gig of memory. After that, it stabilizes, and it works perfectly. You see that I'm having something like Intel UHD, something ridiculous, and it works. This one, UHD graphic 620. It is not a GPU. It is the very, 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 very extreme basic, and it works even with that. But even with NVIDIA, the very, I have BIOS PC with NVIDIA doesn't work. It needs to be able to open DaVinci Resolve, otherwise it doesn't work. And this is with this thing. What other? Let me see here. I will leave it alone for now. Without. If it stays by itself here, there are no disturbances, nothing, because it is stable. If I mess with the movement and etc., it is starting to have those things. Now, I'm here, and you can see that I have here as well. Let me open. If it breaks, it will break. Who cares? It will open here the same. Just a sec. You see, it is reading from the primary connected, and it replicates everything, but there are no levels, unfortunately. But if I move here this, it is moving even my control surface, it is one-to-one. So the control is guaranteed, but not the levels for now. And this system, if it is connected as remote mode, and I have set here because Atem doesn't work, the protocol, I have set system audio just to make it start without issues. You don't need to have shows on this machine as a secondary. It reads from the primary and it replicates. And this is what you see. And on the other, you see now, here when I have the mouse, remote active. This is how it is working. This is how it works. Primary, remote active, primary connected, replication, and it works. This is not with fault tolerance, only to have different levels of connections and management. The fault tolerance needs to have the same USB connection, and I unfortunately not able to reproduce, to test it. I can eventually do, but there is a lot of work I can do. This is Windows Server 2022. I have Hyper-V. I can eventually install one Windows 11, but it is a lot of work. Map one of the physical USB to the or use via network. I have the program and it works, and it can be tested if it works. I'm curious. I'm thinking solution, but I can do tests, but it takes days to do things. I at this point not able. But this is how it's done. Sorry. And it works. The configuration is very important. What I have dynamics optimization, configuration, live production, the best out. The dynamics now begin to come. The dynamics are very good. One thing to keep in mind. Sorry. One thing to keep in mind, that it is a little complicated to configure those and to save them. If you change something, you either need to create a new, you see, you need to do, if you use the default setting here, you need to update it. Otherwise, it doesn't get saved. And you lose all your work that today I have done at least 3-4 fine tunings, and after that it is missing, and it's not very good. But I have created here different points of optimization. You see, it is different. With different quality. This is very good. Today I have super optimized it. The original item, I think I have overwritten. Hello. This is very good. I have done sweeping, and it is very good, extremely good. I have optimized it. You have different levels of equalization of how it behaves, the quality of equalization. One, two, three, four types. You have here preset levels. I can even do this thing. Hello, hello, pronto, pronto. Micro as a telephone. And it is a beautiful system. And it works. The levels here that I have optimized are completely different in respect of Atom Mini to optimize. Completely different set points of optimization. And this is how it works. I um, when there is something significant in the next few days, I will do another video eventually. But this is how you have to have good computer with GPU, USB 3 for the hub, even very long cables, 15 meters, if they're active, it works. But you need to have different hubs, different cables available in order to have to change, to optimize, to do, and to arrive to connection, setting, workflow that is stable, that is high quality, that gives you satisfaction, and it works. This is moving something, it's generating discharge. I have no idea what it is. And this is how it is. I hope it is helpful for you. Many asking, do the video tutoring, what can do with the tutoring. If you're using a mixer, you know how to configure a mixer. It is from standpoint of schematics. Atom, Pro or Extreme, USB, its configuration and firmware update. USB into the laptop with Fairlight Live. When you have how I have started to configure it, I put inside the music with the channel 1 with the music, and I have always the reference in order to optimize, to validate if it works, the mic and everything. And it is step by step, different interaction of fine-tuning, settings, tweakings, back and forth, top downs, bottom up, at different levels. And once you have understood how it works, it is absolutely normal, regular mixer. But in my case, with all those PCs, etc., it is another piece external of workflow, so it is a little more complicated. But if you use Atom software control, you can use absolutely the same PC with Atom software control and with this thing, but with direct connection to Atom in order to have the audio. One thing to keep in mind that once you have configured this thing in that way, you don't have any input and output, audio input and output, when Atem is not connected to this software. You cannot use by itself Atem Mini with audio. At least you don't configure it again completely anew to have the with the setting which setting the setting is the setting is here. You have completely to roll back your configuration and switch to webcam and return with everything, but I have seen that it doesn't, being in beta 1, it doesn't behave that you return and have everything. You need to reset the configuration, to delete the startup in order to return at the level in which it works. And after that, you have to fine tune it again. So it is work of refinement because it is work in progress. So if you configure it for test with this, you are better to keep it in that way. Otherwise, it is a day of tweaking. And that's all, I think. We will see soon again. I will see my audio house. I like very much now how it's the sound of the mic. The levels are perfect. And what was missing of Atem Mini Pro, I don't have basically any issue. I have the sound better that it was with Atem. Let me return here. I'm using mixed. My super source is emulated inside OBS in certain scene, and I am a little bit with this kind of energy that I. It's not the best production, but it's very useful. And I was saying that the level of audio, this is those are generated by movement, and probably this is overheating. It's not because it works a lot, but because it is old. And I'm having much better sound of what I've had with Extreme, and the Extreme is very good. And I'm super okay. And with this, I will end here, I think. We will see. Let me put it here without breaking the port. Okay, we'll see soon again, and I hope it is useful. I invested even the entire day today, and now it stopped for certain amount of time that I have other things to do. but I will keep probably in the meantime it will be released the version beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 and so with improvement and development. But being DaVinci Resolve Fairlight as a base, as a starting point from an audio standpoint of view, it is perfect. There is absolutely no issue with the audio, but the entire thing is still needs to be put together in the best way. Okay, thank you very much. My outro inside OBS. We will see soon again. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Alqubit. IT as an expression of art. Alqubit. IT as an expression of art.